What's going on, guys? My name is Marcel Flores. Welcome to my YouTube channel, One Dapper Street, and welcome to today's video where it's all about headwear. There's a lot of different styles that are trending right now, so I figured we walk through some of the most popular ones, starting with the classic, going then into more modern shapes and what's currently trending. Without further ado, let's get right into it with this beautiful fedora. This fedora is from H&M. It's got a really nice white and flat brim. The bow is kept super simple and the crown is not super high. That's a few things that I try and look out for when shopping for fedoras. Now, fedoras aren't nearly as trending as they were about 3 years ago, but it's still absolutely a classic in a men's wardrobe, so if you really like them, go for it and integrate that into your wardrobe. Once again, pointing out, I feel like sometimes in fedoras, the crown is too high, which is just gonna create a really long line, and you don't necessarily want that. And then I like fedoras, as in like a flat brim. I don't love bowler hats, pork pies, whatever. There's so many different styles when it comes to this classic type of head. I tend to opt for the fedora. Next up, we got the Newsboy Cap. And the Newsboy Cap is different from the flat cap. The flat cap is just a little bit more narrow, and this Newsboy Cap actually has 8 corners. Now, why am I choosing to go for this one instead of the flat cap? That's one, because I'm a big fan of Peaky Blinders, and that show in itself kind of allowed this trend to come back, or this type of hat to be worn again. But I also just like the way it looks. Obviously, I'm wearing a very simple outfit right now. This is not supposed to be outfit inspiration for each of the hats. It's more so that you can focus on the hat, and then something like this, I would definitely try and embrace the throwback into the British style of the 20th century, wear it with a 3-piece tweed suit, and really own that Peaky Blinders look. Now let's talk about a whole different type of classic, and that is the baseball cap. The baseball cap comes in many different variations. You may have referred to it as a fitted, a snapback, a trucker hat, which is not a baseball cap. But let's take it apart piece by piece. This is a flat-brimmed baseball cap with a snapback. So fitted refers to simply having the fabric go all the way around, so it's not for you to adjust, which I love snapbacks just because depending on my hair, clearly now there isn't any, but when it was longer, it actually impacted the circumference of my head. So I just like the snapback. It gives you a little bit more versatility. Now, they stem out of sports, so of course like the Yankees hat and everything, but I like to go for a more clean look, like this gray version right here. Another iteration would be this corduroy flat brimmed. It's actually like a really slight bend in here, so it's not technically flat brimmed, but it still has a really high crown, so it's more a look of a new era than it is of anything else really. But with corduroy, you're actually staying on trend with this cap from Zara. We're not quite done talking about baseball caps, because another classic is a straight up baseball cap with the bent peak right here. What I'm looking for in a baseball cap tends to be that the crown right here has a good amount of structure. The hat I'm wearing right now is from one of my favorite workout studios in New York, so this is actually the sportiest I think I get, from Tone House. I really just like it because it's black on black, it just says TH, so it's not too overtly sports referencing, and at the same time I just really like the shape. This suede version in a tan color is the closest I could come to finding something that resembled that type of silhouette in fashion. This one is from H&M, so you see that the crown has a little bit more structure. I just really don't like when it's all fabric and just kind of goes flat across the forehead. For me personally, that doesn't work, and with hats, it's obviously very important that you guys try it on and just keep trying them on. For me, New Eras was something I could not wear because I just hated them on me. So I put them on in front of the mirror time and time again until I got used to it. With hats, they'll often be a thing that you just need to get used to because you're used to seeing your shape of your head in a certain way, and a hat will alter that. So you just kind of really gotta lean into it if you think you like a certain style. But you also have to make peace with the fact that some styles are just not for you based on your face shape. I've had to come to that conclusion too. Now, before we get super trendy, I need to talk about a fall-winter essential in any man's wardrobe, and that's the beanie. I just wanted to point out a quick difference. Both of these are from H&M, but this one's a lot more of a casual option just because of the way it's knitted. This navy one right here, not only is it a little bit shorter, but at the same time, the knit just has a little bit more of a luxurious, dressed up feel to me than this does. This, I think, is one of the hats that just don't work on me super well, especially now that I don't have long hair anymore, haven't had for 3 years, as in like long. But I still wanted to show you guys to get a point of reference. So the thinner fabric here is what really is showing off my head, and I feel like it looks a little bit too egg-shaped, while this one just creates a little bit more of a line around my head because we have the double layer of the thick fabric. So much for beanies. Now, if you thought I was gonna spend a video talking about headwear without putting on a bucket hat or two, you were wrong. Bucket hats, of course, are a massive trend right now, and you can't really evade them anymore. The first way I embraced it was with this Zara bucket hat in navy, made of a water repellent fabric. So for me, it was literally like, oh, let me just wear this mini umbrella over my head. That was my first very utilitarian introduction to a bucket hat. But this houndstooth bucket hat that I just picked up at H&M is a great example of how you can rock it in a really stylish way. This, with a simple suit or even with a simple outfit, can actually elevate your look overall. I really like this, and it's in store right now, as many of these hats are, and I really think that H&M has got a leg up on most of the competition when it comes to headwear right now, especially in terms of fit, for my head shape particularly. The last shape of hat I want to talk to you guys about is the Docker hat. Now, if you subscribe to my channel and you watch my videos, you know that this was one that I just had to get used to. I literally, when I bought this at Urban Outfitters, wanted it because I knew it was trending and I wanted to give it a shot and see what it would look like if I tried to style it and look at it again and again in the mirror. And by now I actually really like it. It's not the most common, it's definitely a standout choice, but like anything in fashion, you just need to rock it confidently. And while it's still not my favorite type of hat, I now could be wearing this and actually feel comfortable walking outside. Another option, a little bit more of an easy entry into this type of realm, would be this knitted version in an olive green color with a brown leather strap in the back. This is a little bit closer to the beanie and the very small mini beanies that we see almost in that like hipster culture, the really small beanies that don't really do anything other than look good if you think they look good. But I think this is a really easy way to get into the realm of Docker hats, if that is something you fancy. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this little introduction to hats, at least hats that I like. So if you did like the video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Let's take a look at a few of the comments that you guys left on the last 3 videos, since it's been a little bit since I've talked to you about the comments. Starting with the 12 stylish fall looks, and you guys left several comments on there like you did. Good job. Good job. Always leave comments. I read all of them, as always. The most liked comment on this is actually the one I left. Look at that. But that's not what we're going to talk about now. Vitaly said, I don't know why, but the first outfit with the denim as a mid layer was not my thing at all, which is really interesting because I really like that. And that sparked a little bit of a conversation. Somebody said it's a bit over the top, then maybe because of the trench coat, cargo pants, the denim jacket's too short. You need to get rid of the denim. It's interesting. I'm glad you guys are discussing it. Obviously, at the end of the day, it's always going to be subjective. You guys gotta do what you gotta do, and at times what I like is not gonna be what you like. That's just something I had to come to peace with. You can't please everybody. I really like that look, so honestly, maybe try and switch it up a little bit. If you think the jacket's too short or it's too much denim, maybe switch it out for a corduroy jacket, or maybe just go with an overshirt and have a little bit more of a casual aesthetic. I know it's a look. I've just really liked it for the past several years, actually, as that I just like experimental layering. Mario said, your style has definitely become more street style. He misses the smart casual, which I think is interesting. It's an overall movement in fashion, and I kind of just go with it, not because I'm following fashion. It's just like I feel like a natural movement for me. So I get that you miss the smart casual. I do too, in theory sometimes, but I just I find myself not reaching for a blazer, a shirt, and a tie that much. So I'm hoping for your sake it comes back around, but I'm not gonna force it because I feel like that's just not what anybody should do when it comes to fashion anyway. Don't try and force anything, just go with the natural flow of things. And then Off-White Style commented, I bought my first pair of Ankari Flores sneakers, and and they were amazing. And that's the perfect segue to the next video. I wanna just go over the comments with you guys. Is the 7 best shoes for your fall closet. Obviously, like, I don't want to call our title clickbait, but it definitely is like, it's obviously my version and Modi and my version of the 7 best shoes, because it's our company and that's what we wanted to offer you guys for this fall. And honestly, first and foremost, thank you guys so much for the amazing positive feedback. So many of you love the shoes and just the design. I know I said it in the video, but a few of you still had to quarrel with the price point. I understand, we're definitely like a more luxury company, but you have to understand that we offer luxury materials and luxury craftsmanship at a price point that's for that affordable. It's all about the value we offer, and like I pride myself in offering a lot of value with our product, but I understand that it's still not easy for everybody to shop. But if you are a first-time customer and you can sign up with your email, you get 20% off your first purchase. So I'm hoping that softens the blow a little bit and you guys can get shopping. And if you're just not there yet financially, then you have something to work towards. I know there was a bunch of companies that were aspirational for me, things that I couldn't necessarily afford yet, but I knew I loved, and I'm just hoping that you guys understand why they're priced at and that the quality you get is actually worth the dollar amount. And then another big conversation is the whole shipping thing. Trust me, we're working on it. We're gonna try and ship to you guys internationally as cheap as possible, but I will keep you posted on that. And then last but not least, we have 12 ways to style boots this fall, focusing on 4 Ankara Flores boots. Obviously, it was the week of our launch at Nordstrom, which they're still available. So if you guys wanna go shop, feel free to check out our boots either on our website or on the Nordstrom.com website. But there's a few comments that I want to focus on that are not footwear related, like let's just say the headwear is extra. I think you're talking about that cap, not necessarily about the fedora, but I get it. I told you, it's like a little extra sprinkle. If you guys like it, cool. If you don't, leave it out. The outfit worked just as well without. And then Shaya said, it must be amazing wearing a boot that you took part in designing. Like it is, it's awesome. Just having like your name physically on something that you can touch is really, really interesting. And then as always, you guys are just awesome with your positive feedback. I love spreading positivity and good vibes. And I want to thank you guys for watching the channel and for leaving those thoughts. And with that, I think I'm gonna just end today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you very soon with the next one. Until then, as always, stay dapper.